started using AI because it felt like magic. It felt like for the first time that you can create literally anything.
Magic, 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 magic.
And you're not alone. A lot of people felt that way. YouTube CEO just confirmed that over 1 million channels use AI to create every single day. But see, here's the thing, that AI gold rush actually created a new problem, AI slop.
Slop!
AI slop is such a big problem, it was actually named the word of the year. Well, slop was in reference to AI slop. And YouTube's priority for 2026 is actually cleaning up the platform and freeing it from AI slop. Because what is easy to create does not necessarily mean that it will be pleasurable to watch, which means most of those millions are actually doing it wrong. But not every channel falls into that pile because AI has actually revolutionized some of them and allowing them to grow faster than ever before. And they're using AI too, they just don't use it on the video itself, or if they do use it on the video itself, they make sure they have some fundamental things in place. So let me show you what that actually looks like and see how you can get the most out of AI without putting out, Look, if you're using AI to generate your content, there's nothing wrong with that. I love that for you, okay? But you still can't skip the foundation of knowing who it is that you're making it for. Ask AI for a script, a title, or a thumbnail without knowing who it is that you're making it for. That is the best combination to get.
Slop!
And this is why so much of that content looks and feels the same, because it's not directed toward a specific person. And some of you may be thinking, hold on, I do use AI for strategy, right? Which is fair, and you're probably a step ahead of the creators that don't, for sure. But after working with a ton of creators, one of the things I see is that sometimes some of those questions that we're asking, if we don't know who it is that we're making it for, are just surface level, and they don't really give us the results that we're looking for. You can ask, help me find my niche or give me content ideas. But if you're not looking for content ideas for a specific type of person that is dealing with a specific type of issue, that is looking for a specific type of thing, those content ideas you get are just going to be hit or miss, and sometimes just miss. All right, so let me show you how this works, because I'm going to run this on a real channel. I don't own this channel. I don't have any type of inside information. This is all just public stuff that we can all see. And what AI does, it just allows you to do it quicker. This is Mary Catherine's table. It is Southern cooking, around 103 subscribers and growing at about 8% a month. I picked it because her comments are gold and it's full of people narrating their lives in there. Again, I'm going to use the vidIQ Claude MCP, but you can also do this with the AI Coach or the ChatGPT app. If you're not signed up and connected to those, I'll leave the link to those in the description. All right, so here's the prompt. For the top comments from this channel's most engaged recent videos, not the surface level patterns, what people are repeatedly saying about themselves, their lives, and what they're doing while they're watching, and what they want more of. Give me a summary. And look at what comes up over and over again. I'm 75 years old, Southern lady, age 78, a commentator whose handle is literally beauty over 70. They're naming regions, right? You got North Georgia, East Tennessee, coastal North Carolina, talking about shucking corn with their siblings and hunting for antique dishes like the ones in her shot. Swapping them as dash for salt. One says she uses lemons because she's watching her sodium. And one line that I think is really worth paying attention to, I love to watch you in the kitchen. It's so relaxing. That's not just somebody watching a recipe. That's somebody watching for company. And a lot of times when I ask creators, okay, tell me who you're making this content for, who your audience is, our first instinct is to kind of go to our analytics and say, well, YouTube says my analytics are XYZ, but those analytics aren't really fully reliable because that's just the age of the people who have those accounts. Here you get to get that information straight from the people who are already showing up in your content or showing up in the content of people who are doing content similar to what you want to do. And that right there is the whole game. We're not generating, we're not creating anything yet. We're not putting together slot. We're using AI to speed up the research that is necessary for us to understand our audience. So now watch what we do. Based on the comments that you pulled, build for me a detailed viewer avatar. One vivid, specific person who represents this audience. Don't stop at what they're saying. Get at the psychology underneath it. Give me who they are, a name plus a 2 to 3 sentence snapshot of their life and the moment that brings them to this channel. What's really going on beneath the surface? What this content does for them. The unmet need it quietly speaks to, and why they keep coming back in their own words. What they're hungry for, the I wish you would, it quietly saying, and how to speak to it. And the actual words and the tones they use. So I can mirror it in titles, hooks, and scripts. In with a single piece of content this person is quietly asking for that hasn't been made yet. So now we have a specific person. We know exactly who it is that we're making this content for. But what is our promise to this specific person? Because yes, we can give this to the AI script, or we can write it ourselves, and we can say, okay, this is the person that I'm writing this content for, but where am I taking this person? What is the promise that my content has made to this person that is actually going to be the reason why they click on my videos? Let me show you what we can do to figure that out. So this is a long prompt. I will paste it in the description, but I'll let you know what we're asking for, right? We're asking for a promise in the viewer's own words so that the viewer feels seen and they feel like this is for them. 2, we wanted to map out the niche. We wanted to pull overperforming videos in similar channels and to see what they are already implicitly promising so that we can find the gap that nobody's claiming. Next, we wanted to draft 3 candidate promises. We basically wanted to finish the sentence, subscribe to my channel because. And then we want to pressure test that. Can 100 other channels say the same thing, or do we really add unique value? And lastly, we want some ideas of how we can implement this promise into our channel. How can we put it in our banner? How can we put it in opening seconds of our video? And we need something to pressure test to make sure that every video we do fulfills on this promise. So here we have the promise that is hiding in our own comments. We also have our niche kind of mapped out so that we can see what is working and what has been working for others and what they have been implicitly promising. Then it takes that information and gives us some potential promises. So for instance, the one I probably like the best right now is the subscribe because every video I will make it feel like you're cooking next to a friend. Or you could do the subscribe because every video I will make will give you a foolproof recipe that tastes like home, calling back to that nostalgia. So to be honest, I would maybe tweak this a little bit and I would do something like subscribe to my channel because every video is like cooking with a friend with foolproof recipes that remind you of home. So it's calling back to that relationship, calling back to that nostalgia, and the viewer knows exactly what they're gonna get. So even if you don't go with exactly what you get, it gives you a launching pad to build something stronger and quickly. And then it gives us some recommendations of how we can put it on a banner, how we can say it early in our video, and it gives us a filter as well. Now imagine the type of content that you're gonna be creating when you're creating it for a specific person and you're creating it with a specific promise. A lot of channels feel stuck and they feel like the algorithm doesn't know what to do with their channel, but the truth is, it's because the viewer doesn't know what to do with your channel. But if you have a clear viewer that you're making it for, with a clear promise that you're making it for, a lot of that becomes so much smoother. And this becomes so much easier with our vidIQ AI coach or vidIQ's integration into Claude, which is what I use today, or even the vidIQ integration into ChatGPT. All of it becomes a lot easier when you're connected to YouTube's actual data so that you're not guessing, you're pulling this information from what people are actually saying. And I just want to leave you with this final thought, because a big part of this is you actually understanding how YouTube works and how the algorithm and everything works separate from AI so that you can effectively use AI, push back on it when you need to, and so that you can get the most of it. So if you want to know more about how the algorithm works, make sure you check out this fine video right here. And until next time, peace and blessings out. Want to see a little magic? This is just a Valkyrie 30s. They toss the liquor.